Okay, so hello. And in this video, instead of solving linear systems by substitution with two slope-intercept form equations, one of them is in standard form. So I'm just going to go through the steps of how to solve this, and you don't really have to change the standard form to slope-intercept form, surprisingly, because there's a way to solve that includes distributive property, and it makes things a lot easier. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by writing this out, but instead of writing them out as the y equals situation, we can't do that because the y equals different things. The y over here is on this side, but the y and x are on this same side for here. So we're gonna have to start out by writing the equation in standard form, 6x minus 3. And then when the y pops up, we're going to take this whole equation and plug it in here. 8x plus 3, end parentheses, equals 9. And so here we did something which was called distributive property, and that means that the next step is going to be us distributing 3 into both of these values by multiplying. So to start, just write out the equation the same way, and then for here we're going to take negative 3 times 8x. You don't have to mind the 3 for now, but just get negative 24x. And now we go to the 3, negative 3 times positive 3 gives us negative 9. And then just finish writing out the equation. So right there we just distributed using the distributive property. So yeah, now we're going to combine the like terms of the two numbers with variables because they are on the same side, they both have the x, we're able to combine them. And that will give us negative 18x minus 9 equals 9. Now what we're going to do, we want to get the 9 not off of this side and onto this side. So we're just going to add 9 to both sides, and this cancels out, leaving us with negative 18x equals 18. And the last step in finding the x is just to divide negative 18 from both sides. And that'll give you your x value. So in this case, if I can get a different color to write it, of course, x equals negative 1. So that's how you get the x, but now we're going to have to worry about getting the y. And it actually is pretty similar to before. So I'm just gonna do another border just so I don't confuse myself. That's negative 1 down there. And I'm going to start by taking this equation because it's in slope-intercept form. It's pretty simple and just solving like that. So I'm just going to get y equals 8 times negative 1 plus 3. And I'm just going to, multiply. Y equals negative 8 plus 3. And in the end, that will give us y equals negative 5. And just to check that, I'm going to plug both values into this equation as well and see if it'll work. So here I have the equation 6 times negative 1 minus 3 times negative 5 equals 9. And when solving, we get negative 6 plus 15, which does in fact equal 9. So that confirms that the y does equal negative 5. That's what makes it true. That's a way to check. And then finally, just to get that extra reassurance, I'll just section off a little part down there, and we can just write in with both of our values, negative 5 equals 8 times negative 1 plus 3, which is true. And finally, I'm just going to write this with the points. So I'll just write that right over here, actually. And then this, as a whole equation with all this work, will give us negative 1, comma, negative 5. And that solves the problem. So, therefore, that was my brief explanation of how to solved when one of the equations is in slope-intercept form and the other isn't and is in standard form. So yeah, bye.